The multi-billion-dollar refinery will be located in the Ethiopian eastern town of Awash, some 220 kilometers from the capital Addis Ababa. It will have the capacity to process 120,000 barrels per day. That is equal to 6 million metric tons of crude oil. The refinery is funded by Fairfax Africa Fund.
Here in Ethiopia, over the next 10 to 15 years, there's going to be very massive transformation in the economy from what used to be an agrarian to what everybody's expecting to be an industrial-based economy. That means very significant increases in transportation, which is what this refinery comes into. By the way, it's not just a refinery. The refinery is just the first component. We're going to have an entire petrochemical industry over the next 15 years.
At the moment, Ethiopia uses 3 million metric tons of fuel every year. The refinery will therefore serve the country and the region.
The aim is to service all of East Africa. To just give you a very quick reference point, all of East Africa, which is what, a couple 100 million people, has just one tiny little refinery. And yet East Africa is actually the fastest growing region in Africa as a whole. And on layer that, the fact that there's a lot of urbanization going on, we figured this is a viable project. Now, the 4 billion is an estimate. It could be slightly lower or it could be slightly higher.
Reports suggest Ethiopia built its first oil refinery in 1967 in the port of Assab in the current Eritrea. The then refinery built by Russian engineers had the capacity of producing 500,000 metric tons of fuel per year only. Then it was upgraded to process 800 metric tons of fuel per annum. But the new facility will eventually have the capacity of refining 12 million metric tons of crude oil yearly. That will boost the confidence of Ethiopia's energy security program. Group Tala CGTN, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.